Hi, we're Infinite Biosystems and we are building the next generation of biotech for mental health. The world is in a mental health crisis. The over 300 million people suffering from depression cannot get relief from their symptoms through antidepressants. They're only 20% more effective at treating depression than a placebo and come with a wide variety of side effects. But what is even more mind-boggling is that there's over 700 million people worldwide suffering from anxiety, post-traumatic stress, or substance abuse. And psychedelics are en route to change that for over 1 billion people. And that is after pioneering research from some of the leading institutions around the world who show the promising potential of psychedelics to end mental health suffering. And regulators, as a result, are starting to change their stance towards psychedelics, giving people who are suffering most early access to compassionate use programs. And we can see that psilocybin, more commonly known as magic mushrooms, is next in line to become a mass market therapy by FDA breakthrough designation. And that raises the question, how are we going to produce these psychedelics to serve millions of people around the world? And we see that extracting psilocybin from the mushroom is not possible for consistency reasons. No mushroom grows alike like the other, and it's also very time-consuming to farm them. Chemical synthesis is prohibitively costly, comes with toxic byproducts. We're not going to build this future industry on that technology. And the first step in synthetic biology to change some of these bottlenecks has failed. Cell factories are inefficient. They can only produce psilocybin as a byproduct. And that's why I'm hugely excited to share with you today what we have built. The first cell-free biosynthesis, taking all constraints out of today's manufacturing equation. Through deploying an in vitro process, we are able to achieve the highest yields of production in our industry. We fully control the reaction, enabling for the first time the most consistent batches in production ever. We produce fully natural, meaning we don't use any toxins, making us the most sustainable technology and as a result also the most cost efficient. And putting that all together makes us a true 10x technology, being able to do in a 1 liter bioreactor what our competitors need a 10,000 liter fermentation tank to do. We are building our technology for where therapy developers are today and where they're going tomorrow. We've already patented the first 2 compounds on our platform, psilocybin and DMT, and have a promising pipeline of compounds going forward. The market that we are addressing is huge and set to explode to over $10 billion annually within the next years, with psilocybin making up roughly half that market when it goes to mass market first in the US and later in Europe. But already today, there is already more than 230 clinical trials pursuing the promising effects of psychedelics on mental health, worth over $500 million. We're scaling up our lab right now and the team to be able to supply our first client early next year. When we started building Infinit, we started building our IP platform, filing our first patent and simulating our production virtually, being able to demonstrate today already that we can produce more than 10 times than our closest competitor. This year is all about upgrading our lab, obtaining the necessary license, and proving the bioequivalence of our products to be able to go to market and supply the first clinical trial with our production batch early next year. And as we do that, we will also expand our product offering, our portfolio. We're an experienced team ready to execute on this unique opportunity. My name is Carlo, and I have a background in business and started my professional career building and scaling teams for Rocket Internet. Before founding Infinit, I worked very closely with the co-founder of HMNC Brain Health, Carsten Maschmeyer. Our COO, Raphael, is a life science engineer from EPFL and has years of experience in building GMP-compliant facilities and is also leading the development of our digital twin, together with Nicola, who joined us early this year as our first team member. My co-founder Federico is also a life science and bioengineer from EPFL, and together with Raphael has worked on the core of our technology at EPFL's synthetic biology lab. There, Raphael and Federico were already able to prove that our technology can produce organic compounds with cell-free and that it's also patentable, and we can protect our IP going forward. We're not in this alone. We have some of the best advisors in their respective fields. All the way from technology to the regulatory environment, we have the support we need to build our company to really change our industry. Thank you for your attention and curiosity. I would love to discuss with you individually. Please feel free to reach out via email or scan the QR code to get into a conversation with me on LinkedIn. Thank you.
Today, the average patient needs to try at least 3 different antidepressants before finding the right one. This is basically a guessing game. Traditional antidepressants treat only the symptoms related to your depression. There's also a high risk involved to create dependency and severe side effects. On the other hand, psychedelics, together with in a clinical setting, provide a real solution by addressing the root cause of your depression, providing both fast-acting and long-term positive changes just after 1 single dose of administration with little to no side effects. Psychedelic treatments are also used in people for which traditional antidepressants do not work, providing a real solution for the future of psychiatry.
This is a very good question, and we can take this question into 2 axes: the dependence potential that these drugs have and the toxicity that they carry into the body. Psilocybin, if we can see in the graph, is in the lowest spectrum, even way below substances like caffeine and alcohol. And not even mention antidepressants are on the top right corner with a moderate high dependence potential and toxicity.
Thank you for that question. So first of all, we have obviously the benefit in cost that we think that is going to be made available to the consumer, to the patient, and really allow for novel therapies to also be made available in regions where they traditionally arrive last or never at all. Second of all, when we look at it from the therapy developer side and perspective, we really build the technology for them as well. So today, oftentimes, what is overlooked is the huge cost associated with delays in the development pipeline of novel drugs. And through faster sourcing and more availability, we believe that we can significantly decrease the cost for novel therapy development, making and accelerating novel therapies to market and thereby aiding in relieving the world from the mental health crisis.